Hi there, Diamond with you here. In this quick video, we're gonna do a brief overview of the Diamond Strategies program. So we won't go into too much detail on any topic in particular, because all of those topics in particular, such as the optimizer, the executor, backtester, and everything else, will have their own video, will have their own section where I really explain everything. This video is just to run over the software real quick so that you at a glance kind of know where things at and how to navigate around. So okay, so let's start. First of all, I'm just gonna move myself to the right side and okay. So when you launch the Diamond Strategies program, after you log in, after you configure everything, you will see something like this, or probably a white version. I like the dark version, it's easier on my eyes. So you're going to see something like this, and basically your main navigation is on the left side. Now, depending on which version you have, you might not see some of these tabs. Like for example, the Strategies tab doesn't come with the regular version, only comes with the developer version. But more or less, you should focus on this side being your main navigation area. Now, when you click to a view on this main navigation area, everything on the right side is that view. So you can see that at the top then you have like the sub navigation. So for example, in the executor, you have again the top level navigation where you can add multiple executors that trade different strategies at the same time. At the bottom here, you have the sub navigation of each individual executor. So if I go to charts over here on executor 3, I change something here, and it reflects. So that's kind of the gist of the initial navigation. So now let's go over what each of these tabs mean. So the executor is, as the name states, is the executor. This is where you run your trading algorithms automatically, where the program trades, where you configure everything, where you see the logs when you actually run everything, where you see the charts, the live charts intraday, where you have the trades appearing as they get taken and they get changed around. So you see everything in the executor view. As I mentioned, inside the executor view, you might have different executors running simultaneously. So if you want to run different portfolios, different strategies, different brokers even. So you might have a strategy running on Interactive Brokers on executor number 1 and a strategy running on Kraken or some other broker on executor number 2. So there we go. So that's all of the benefits that you get here in the executor view. Now, obviously inside here you get the configuration, which I won't go into right now. Backtester view is, as the name states, is a backtester. Now you will notice probably as I jump through these first 3 views, backtester, optimizer, and executor, that all of the internals look very similar, and this is very intentional so that everything is more familiar and more usable to the user, to you. So basically the way you configure the backtester, the way you configure the executor, it's all the same. So you can see, executor has some additional functionality, like you have to select the actual broker that you're going to be using. Backtester has you selecting the portfolios of, like the historical or, not historical trades. You want to, historical or not historical portfolios you want to use, cached portfolios, if you want to use those, you choose the dates and everything. But everything else is kind of similar to the executor. So if you select a strategy and you get the settings, for example, for the strategy or the vendor, the same settings will be apparent on the executor, on the optimizer as well. So, okay, so backtester, this is where you backtest the strategies. So you configure everything, you hit start, the backtesting will start, you will get the results tab appearing at the top here. Optimizer, very similar story. You select what you want to optimize, you configure everything, you hit start. Same as the backtester, will perform the optimizations and spit out at the top here the results of the optimizations. It will also generate reports, both for optimization and backtesting, and in a file format. So you can see those as well on your desktop or wherever you choose to output here. Portfolios. This is where you create your portfolios. Now, a name portfolio might be a little confusing, but if you think of it as a trading universe that you want your automated system to trade or to backtest, that's probably a better way of thinking about it. So basically that's what portfolios are. So you select based on the broker. So say I want to trade Bitcoin only. I'm going to create a new portfolio, BTC. or whatever else you want to label it. You also can import portfolios from CSV, as you saw. So you can choose the instruments that the broker offers here on the right. So we choose Bitcoin USD, we add it to the portfolio, and now in the executor, backtester, everywhere, this portfolio becomes visible. So you can see Bitcoin portfolios there. On the executor, if you select Kraken, you will get that portfolio here. You can see that's the new portfolio, and so on. So this is the idea behind portfolios. Strategies is actually where you will be able to modify, delete, add, remove, and just look at the information of the actual strategies that you have inside your program. So anything that you code yourself, or you download, or we share with you, or somebody else gives you a strategy, if you import it to the program using this view, that's where it's going to appear. So you can see the versions and everything else. So this is kind of the strategy manipulator. The assets, this is something that we are kind of in development still, so you will be able to see some some useful information here, but not everything. So if you have, if you're managing a fund, for example, you will be able to add individual investors. If you're managing your friends or family's money, for example, you can add in investors, and as the program starts trading your portfolio of assets, you will see automatically how different allocations of those assets are distributed between your investors. So if you have 3 people that invested in your trading algorithm, you will see based on their investment date, based on their withdrawals, how their current state of, basically what's their current state of assets based on your trading performance. So I guess that's a little bit confusing, but we will go a bit more into that in another video. And this functionality is more oriented towards the fund managers or money managers, not towards retail traders. Charting view, just as it states, it's a charting view, so you can look up any chart you like. So since I'm connected now to Interactive Brokers, oh, by the way, that's a good point. So at the bottom here, I didn't mention this. At the bottom, you have kind of a quick view to see what's connected, what's not connected, what's running and what's not running. So Interactive Brokers connectivity, that's a slightly different approach to connect to their API than anything else, like than Kraken, for example, or Coinbase or whatever. So that's why we have a light showing if your connection is active or not. You have to have the Interactive Brokers terminal running on the side to have the connection active. Again, another video explaining how to properly connect your IB terminal. Executor connection, that means if you are currently executing some strategies automatically or not. Backtest execution, that means if the backtester is doing a backtest for you right now. Internet connection, pretty straightforward, and the version of the program here on the very right. Okay, so charting, you select what you want to see. There we go. Chart pops up, you select the time frame, and you have the chart for the instrument. And you can do the same for anything else. Now, obviously, the downloading of the data, that's happening live, so you might need to wait for a little bit after you click the button. And there we go, we have the data, you select, and we have a very nice pullback. Hopefully, cryptos are going up again. All right, system log. So this is the log that basically, as the name states, again, it's a system log. So you don't necessarily have to pay a lot of attention to this unless you're executing live something and something doesn't work. You might see it in the errors view here. So if you have some problems and you want to troubleshoot, we might ask you to send us a file that's automatically generated actually from this system log. Help, at the moment, you can report a bug or hire or send us a message about hiring us to code your trading strategy. So you can do that from here. And strategy log, okay, how do I show you this? Okay, so if you click strategy log, this will open up a different view. And this view will actually show you your live trading history for your strategy. So this actually logs the information of the algorithm every time it tries to execute. So if you're executing your algorithm every, say, 5 seconds or every minute or every new bar, you will have that many entries for a day. So you select the day here, you select the symbol here. I'm not trading anything on this computer, so I don't have anything here, but you would have the symbols that you traded, the strategies that you traded, you select the time, and basically as you click on the logs that appear here on the left, you will see the actual details of those logs on the right. So again, whole different video, which I will go into that later. So that's kind of a brief overview of the Diamond Strategies program. And yeah, if you want more details on any of those topics, go ahead to our diamondstrats.com website and hit the knowledge base button, and you will find a lot more information there. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.